word "don't fucking touch" on the top.
What a great way to start a stream. Okay, so Naibai's bullets are done. Set up.
Okay. Alright. So,
Got it.
where's me? I wish I could message myself on Discord. This would make this like so much better. Send me a message. I'm awesome.
Excuse me.
Well, you can do it on Telegram.
I can just do it on Notepad. Just gonna make I'm doing it as like a little DM thing of like how I do job generation. Is I've got like numbers 1 through X, and then I use like a random number generator, which is even more. I have like a bunch of them, so I can randomly generate the jobs because I don't want to fuck with the dice for this one because the dice, I think these dice that I got from this place they're not weighted, but they're inconsistently poured or molded, so it feels like they're slightly more leaning. Like some of them lean higher, some of them lean lower. When good dice should just be all over the place. And I don't like that. It makes it feel weighted. I know they're not weighted to me. I didn't buy weighted. I can't afford that because I'm broke. So
Well, you can make them weighted just by sticking them in the oven for a while.
yeah, but I don't want to do that. I don't like the feel of weighted. It just feels wrong, especially in something like D&D, which is supposed to be a game of chance or any sort of tabletop. It's supposed to be about like the thrill of chance and randomness combined with the theater of the mind and also a lot of snacks.
Well, there's D and Dice on your phone, and there's also Teal info on the internet.
Or just Google.
You could just use Google.
Google has a dice roller. If you type in dice roller, it'll bring one up.
I know that, but it's not. This specifically, I like the random number generator a little more just because I can click a button and copy.
There's a random number generator out there that's listening to static in the airwaves and generates numbers based on that.
That might be random.org.
I don't remember which one it is. There's one that does that. There's one that listens to the background radiation of the universe, and then there's another one that deals with like electronic signal.
The randomness comes from atmospheric noise.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting to know. That's a scouting job, labor job, kill job.
What were we doing? We were just hanging out last night.
Hey, because you guys just got done off of a job.
Right. I spent a day training. In the morning, they're gonna talk to their passenger ghost and see about going into the royal sections, seeing what that's all about. They just wanted to see the state of things. They didn't actually want to like go petition them for anything.
So second job is the kill job. Right? Okay. You want to like? Oh, wait. Do you want to go like to where the actual royals are?
Well, Naibai wants to fulfill the requests of the spirit that's sharing the body with her.
Yeah, they remember they told you that the royals don't live in this city.
I thought they did.
Nope. They made that clear last time.
Oh.
This is a big city. This isn't the capital city.
Oh, okay. That's where I got confused. I thought this was the capital. Okay.
It's close to it, relatively, or as close as you can get a monstrosity like this. Close.
Close comparatively to the other capital city, which is way away.
Giant walls farm. I gotta have room for farms and stuff.
Okay, so then that's something that we're just gonna have to do. Actually, up in that town.
Yep. Big number generator. Holy shit. That is a lot of experience for that job.
I suppose for now, if I don't come up with something that starts playing, probably the first one down in line for breakfast. Pick out a table for it.
Ugh.
Before he went to check the job board, Fion would brush his hair and then go downstairs to get in line for breakfast. What is for breakfast, by the way?
It was a good question. What is for breakfast? Today, high energy. Your breakfast comes in the form of a big old Cajun today. Good job.
Hmm?
It's a gumbo.
Oh,
Because if you
breakfast
listen to a
gumbo.
Cajun, gumbo's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah. That discussion's for a later date. But Fion would definitely enjoy the gumbo.
They even
He
serve
needs
you the
to-
shit with an egg on it.
Oh. Once he got his food and his drink, he would go and sit down by Naibai. Good morning, Naibai. How you doing?
Good morning. I slept well, I suppose.
It's good.
Item we go.
Is Kevin sleeping in today? He's usually the first on. He usually beats us all here.
It would seem that way. I have to give.
Another.
They just continue eating their meat.
He's going to just kind of go back to eating.
Well, Beatrice would get up fairly early and get herself some nice, delicious gumbo and egg and such. And she would join the others. She wouldn't say much because, as usual, she's stuffing her face.
Wow, I see good communication.
There's much tail wagging going on. She likes her food, especially when it's got eggs, especially when it's spicy. It's just dirty. I can't see anything.
There's a goddamn crayfish in there. Crayfish. Good eating. It's so damn fresh you can taste the mud on its back.
Mm.
It's so fresh you can still taste the shit vein.
I've known some Cajun motherfuckers who've straight up just taken a bite out of a live crawdad. Alright, don't fuck with them.
Just still alive.
They don't give a fuck.
They really don't.
Well, yeah, well, man, when I want myself one of them crawdaddies, I'm gonna leave me one of them crawdaddies, you know, man? Yeah, sure. I understand about a third of that while sober.
I need you to go down to DeVille, get the groceries, and say them, hey.
Alright, yeah, fine, but your ass is paying for it. Yeah, I grew up in East Texas, right by Louisiana.
So you know exactly what that means.
Dude, jambalaya was like... I still to this day would prefer jambalaya. I could eat a jambalaya with a burrito. I would prefer if my burrito had jambalaya in it. It's better. I'm sorry. Cajuns cook better than Mexican people. I'm sorry. It's okay.
They do.
Not racist. It's true.
It's just facts.
When all you have to make a meal out of is rice, eggs, one sausage, and an entire crocodile, you make it work.
Just make it work.
Okay, I think that's really all the random item generation that I can think of that's important right now.
Importante.
Books. Books is an I. Yay! I got a book.
Books and
Fion would look at this.
I'm gonna make one of these categories other, so it can be obscure as fuck and have whatever I want in it. Continue.
Fion's gonna look at the others. So, if Kevin doesn't come down here soon, do you want to? Should we get our own jobs, or do you think we should stick together and get one job that's in the city that requires multiple people?
I think we should stick together.
Yeah, we could pick something that we can work on together.
Alright. So, anything you... Wait, where is, Bonnie?
Bonnie? I haven't seen her yet.
Should we wait for Bonnie then?
We probably should. Unless she's already found something to do.
Bonnie was still asleep. And you remember, morning time. Hey, wake up. Come on downstairs with a bag of mints. Uncomfortable how they eat mints like candy.
Just stuff them in their mouth and crunch, crunch, crunch.
Good morning, Bonnie.
Morning.
So, we were wanting your input on what we should do today if Kevin Button gets up soon. Should we get a job as a group, or do you think we should get individual jobs for the day?
Whatever. I suppose. Hold on now. Don't just go brushing me off. I'll hit you.
Please don't.
It wouldn't hurt.
You're right. I'd probably be unconscious before the pain set in.
Exactly. Humanitarian pain. I suppose, though, group jobs, bigger kills. But I get punched more. Isn't bad. Independent job, still get punch. Smaller kills. Easier. I feel lazy. That's the question to ask today. Ah, no. I'll do whatever.
Well, I guess we should take a look at the board and see what they have.
Hey, I agree.
And it's once you've had something to eat. Unless you're going for mint for the breakfast.
I like the way the mint tastes. Very tasty. It's bold. I also like to wake myself up with this and then a hot drink. Really feel suffering.
It's a cold mint followed by a hot coffee. That'll wake you up.
Or whatever's. Bonnie's gonna get themselves up and go get some food. Ah.
So
So Beatrice would polish off the last of her meal and then put the plate and utensils away where they're supposed to go.
Apparently, Cheel's group is back. Terrace is in line.
Whose group?
Terraces, which has
Oh, yeah.
in them. Their active instructor.
Bjorn would get up and put his dishes away and go with Beatrice to go look at the job board. Bye-bye. Would you like to come? While we wait for Bonnie?
I suppose. I am finished eating by now.
Okay. I knows it just.
So Naibai will get up and wait for you to
Good.
start walking.
Okay.
Yes. So once the group is all traveling together, Beatrice is going to make her way to the board with them and inspect the.
Good. But that's what kind of weapon he uses. Interesting. Ah. Oh, there seems to be a gentleman standing there with what looks like you're not sure what race they are. Mostly because they're very
Hold on a
bundled
second.
up as
I'll be
if
right
they're
back.
being shy. I don't care if you're being shy. My brain's doing a thing. My brain is aggressive. Sorry. Ignore it.
How dare you interrupt the big thonk?
Yeah, right. Okay, he's got a very long blonde ponytail. That's interesting. It's not very okay. It's not like giant. It actually goes only to about past shoulder blades to just above the middle of their back. They have relatively light clothing. It's definitely armored clothing though, because you can kind of see the bracing and such beneath it. And they have very interesting fashion choice. Looks like large leather and some sort of leather. You've never seen this kind of leather because this leather is a sort of it's like a almost blackish purple color, like midnight, and it seems to have some sort of very coppery metal. You're not sure if it is copper. Could be some fucking wonky super metal. You don't know. Braided into parts of this, what looks like two belts with two very large ends hanging off the front. And it takes about a minute before you realize those are whips being worn as a belt.
Cool.
Agunal,
Slightly scary.
what are we going to choose as a quest? No, Gwinnell. That's too high up on the board. Yes, Gwinnell. You're an iron. And then this person who's bundled up all shy next to this tall gentleman. Really, they're not too terrible tall. Then again, most of you are kind of short. Actually, no, I don't think you are. I think for once you're not all midgets. That's just good. It's so weird with you not being midgets. Sorry, my brain's like, okay, the party is all under 6 foot. Most of them are under 5'10", and then it's like, oh my god, they're not for once. Yay, they're average height. This person is slightly above average by like a whole eighth of an inch. Probably just a hair. And then they're standing by somebody who's only about 5'3" ish, so they're very young. can't really hear much until they speak, and it's a language you don't even fucking understand. And then you see the clerk behind the counter looking confused. And that's when this gentleman who seems to be dressed in, it's kind of like a pseudo, what is it, uniform. The bottom pair that they have on is a very ash gray, like their leggings, and they have a very, it's a lighter white and charcoal mixed button up. What looks like almost like you think a fucking like cavalryman shirt of some kind. It's very interesting. They've got a very fancy embossing of something about their back and on their shoulders, and they even have cufflinks. Fancy. And they'll look at this clerk, and then they'll translate. They would like a killing job, please. They do not, or at least understand how everyone translates. Then they'll get their job, and that'll open your space. You have seen another instructor, and they seem to reward this very shy and quiet one by giving them what looks like a piece of chocolate.
Oh.
So Beatrice is going to just give them a nice, polite, friendly smile as they pass by, and she's going to focus on the board itself. Just kind of staying out of the way and everything.
Yeah.
And that's
Goodness
when you
is coming down out there.
catch the clerk just hoping nobody comes up for a split second so they can slowly sneak themselves some sort of snack from under the counter and just
Beatrice is going to pretend that she doesn't see.
doesn't
she's
see,
also
but
going,
just
she's also basically going to let him know that she does see, but she's pretending not. Like you give somebody a thumbs up, looking. Because of course
help you.
Beatrice approves of eating.
Noms.
The mini much nom.
Okay.
Gotta have that fuel.
The big noms.
Mhm.
Very lucrative to be a adventurer, but it's also very not lucrative because adventurers have the spending impulse of a fucking child at Walmart.
Bye.
Buy, sell, 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 and introducing the stock market, circa Oris. I should probably stop chewing ice. Am I hungry?
Okay. So she's inspecting the board. She's also trying to stay out of the way because she knows other people want to look at it too.
A lot of numbers. I'm still trying to generate everything. Yeah.
No worries.
Let's see. There again. Seems that they've between everybody else buying things or not buying, coming here to pick jobs up. Oh wait, that needs to be between 6. So what is number 3? Is a scout. And okay, so you have 3 choices: a simple labor job, another kill job, kill, or a scouting job.
Also
Well, the
kill?
scouting could be.
I don't know.
Scouting could be rather interesting and some decent training, I think. Then again, we could also do kill jobs. We seem fairly effective at that.
Oh, that's why I was getting a error on my spelling. I typed nong, not known. There was no W.
Nong.
Everything will soon be nong.
The boss now, nong.
Nong.
Nong, the
Nong
mistake.
and his supporter and his what is Nong and his subordinate yup.
Scouting job is apparently going to pay pretty decent too. Then again,
Chance to work on our stealth.
yeah. Well, I mean, depends. Okay, so which one would you like to inquire about? You don't have to. It depends, you know. Ixnay on the excellence of the stealth, eh?
Is it still stealth if you're a mile away? You the binoculars.
Stealth. No.
Is it still stealth if you have a satellite?
Well, I mean, according to the U.S. government, yes. Yeah, because at this point, nobody knows who those drones belong to. Actually, nobody does. It's one of the Western nations. Unfortunately, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot. It's not like
it's either America, England, France, Germany.
Deutschland. It's not. The point of them is they're stealthy. They don't have the logo emblazoned on the side like Stark Industries.
They're normally stealthy, but if you keep launching missiles from them, people catch on. Alright, so.
You know, I saw something funny the other day. A missile just appeared out of the air. It's just.
You know what would be more terrifying than a missile strike?
What?
If we launch Pokeballs at terrorists. Can you imagine? Being forcibly sucked into the missile to be captured and used later? That'd be fucking terrifying, dude. I wouldn't fuck with any country that had, like, real Pokeballs that could pull, like, that would basically kill me and copy my DNA in the form of a digital code into a little ball. Fuck that. Alright? You've lost. They got Pokemon.
If they can figure out how to do that without the insane amount of energy requirements to, like, generate mass, then yeah, definitely.
Like, Pokeballs would be a terrifying substitute to missiles, that's all I know. Come on. Labor job, kill job, scouting job. Which one do you want to inspect?
Let's inspect this scouting job, or at least that's what Beatrice is curious.
Naibai is also curious about the details of this scouting job.
Scouting job is informing you. It needs you to scout a location close to a known dungeon for any stray monsters that may have wandered too far from their common zones, i.e., first floor, second floor, or the entrance areas.
They want us to check around back at the exit too.
Fucking don't joke about that, okay?
You're not allowed to go into the dungeon backwards.
Yeah, you fucking go into the dungeon backwards, like,
oh!
Oh, fuck! You're not supposed to be here yet.
Sorry! I haven't nerfed the monsters yet. I've been working on the patch.
Anyway.
It pays the best, apparently.
We're gonna be exploring around a dungeon. I suspect there's danger level form.
Yes, the danger moist. Be like Dead Road to Canada, how it's like horde density thick with 2 C's. Nah, fuck you, thick with a Q.
Thick spelled with 2 K's.
No, thick with a Q. Telling you, great artist. Okay. They only pretty much do Netto Rare though, so. It's good shit though. Poor anyways. Oh, that was good. That was a decent release of gas from deep in my bowels.
I give it like a 4 out of 10.
Hold on, let me drink some more rum. Scouting, yes, so that's the scouting job. Its XP reward is 13,292 to be split. The item reward is other, which concerns you.
Well, now it has her extra curious.
Well, now we have to do it.
And
Exactly.
it's got a gold reward. Got a gold reward. 17 to be split.
Me walking around with a cursed amulet. Yeah, but the shadows get me up in the morning and I'm more active now.
The shadow people wake me up in the morning, so I'm not late.
Getting cursed was the best thing for my depression ever.
Well,
now I just live in a constant state of fear.
It's not me telling me I suck anymore, it's something I can vent anger at.
shadow people aren't real. Probably paid for by the Shadow Association 2021. Yeah. Subsequently, the world will continue to snack in front of you. All of this clerk. Hey, make your decision.
At this point, I think we're gonna be going with a scouting mission.
I mean, we've only
Not
looked at
stealth.
one option here.
Yeah.
It's the
But
most appealing
you
because
know
we
it,
know the
I
most
know
about
it.
it.
Yeah. Alright, well,
So after looking at that one, Beatrice is going to look over the kill mission.
Killing a random dangerous creature. Then you're kind of get a little twitch in your eye, and that random goes from random dangerous creature to what looks like something that is concerningly described as a is it, oh yeah, I believe it's as a hexawolf. A hexawolf. Or hex a wolf. Or wolf if you want to spell it with a W and a U like a weirdo. Leave.
So she's going to frown at that one thoughtfully and check out the rewards for that.
Experience is 19,388. The item reward: Hardened Striker Bow, a Hardened Striker Short Sword, and a Hardened Striker Assassin's Blade. And the currency reward of 50 silver to be split.
So is this like a wolf with 6 heads, or like 6 legs, or 6 bodies?
Thinking it would be like 6 legs. You know, you never know.
Spider wolf.
Ah, yes. The Deca Wolf. Well, that's technically an Octawolf. The Deca Wolf would be even more terrifying.
Hydrododeca wolf.
Rhombododecahedron Wolf. Anyways.
What?
Just Milla wolf. Your shadow quietly help.
You can hear my brain. What are they talking about?
And then let's see.
They will inform you that a hex wolf, also known as a 6-legged wolf by some people, is in fact a species. It's a technically it's a offshoot species of greater wolves, not to be confused with dire wolves. It's usually large. They often weigh about 200 to 400 pounds and have 6 legs, and they're quite tame naturally, but sometimes they get a little batshit and get very aggressive. They're quite fast and they're quite powerful.
Hecka wolves sound interested. These heckin' wolves!
Heckin' wolf!
Furry brain.
Brain, yeah. You know, I took an IQ test a while ago. I got a score of 105. Me and all 105 of my brain cells were very excited about that news.
Me and my 5 brain cells trying to say yourselves. I can't say it. Leave me alone.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Maybe say everyone says atrocious.
Alright, so then what's this labor job?
A simple job.
We're building the pyramids.
And one should help clear a field, till, and then plant fresh crops. It'll give you 5 silver to be split up, but you'll get 9,691 experience. It'll be split up.
How big is this field? That's a thing that usually takes like a month.
I mean, it's to clear it, and till it, and plant a fresh crop, not to grow shit.
Yeah, I know. It takes like a week to till a normal farm-sized like field.
I've tilled an entire backyard, and you underestimate how big the backyard is. It was about 2,000 square feet on its own.
Okay, but that's not like 10 acres of farmland.
Okay, but to clear it of weeds, to make the rows, properly till the rows, properly seed everything, takes a goddamn long time. That only took about a day with one of me. Imagine what 5 of you crackheads could do to an acre.
Well,
Okay, 4.
if it's only 1 acre, then yeah, I could see it taking a day.
Yeah.
Well, a day and some change. You might have to sleep. But you also forget 37-hour days, not 24-hour days.
This
Yeah.
is also true.
We
And
probably
every hour is 77 minutes.
Yep.
we probably shouldn't work in the like dead middle of the day though, because you know, noon wraiths.
They are very real things.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, no,
what?
noon witches just casually have the mythic ability to one-shot kill you if you have the gall to work in the middle of the day and answer one of their seemingly innocent questions incorrectly.
Concern.
I'm very concerned, especially when you remember that they usually pose as innocent-looking little girls in white dresses. The big fuck-off scythe.
Who let that child on the farm?
I don't know. We could either.
It's just as a
The
DM, you could be a real asshole with that monster, though. It's just like, so a little girl approaches you, and they have a common farming implement. You know, you've been using these things all day. It's a pretty common-looking scythe, and they ask you what the capital of Barovia is. Oh, well, you've never been to Barovia. Fuck.
CERN. But yeah, so so I don't know. Both of those, well, 2 of them intrigue me because one, the reward is other, and the second one, it guarantees us some better gear to start out with.
I don't know if that bow would be an upgrade for you, but
It sounds like a downgrade for you. You could sell it.
as an alternative, you could go for the sword or something.
Yeah.
And I could go for the bow to have something ranged, but probably wouldn't use it.
Could probably make use of the assassin's knife, but I don't know if I'd be fighting that close. It would be kind of a pain to have to switch weapons constantly.
I've already got 4 knives of my own. And I suppose we could find out when we get to the end there. Or we could always do the scouting mission and find out what that other reward
I'm sure it's a perfect quest for a different party comp.
is. So what do you think? Do you want to go for the wolf or for the scouting?
I don't know.
I vote scouting.
I'm okay with either, but I think that the scouting seems like we could do a pretty good job at that. I think. If we're careful.
give us a chance to gather some wild supplies if we come across anything useful.
That's true.
Quest doesn't necessarily say we have to kill anything, just report.
Just nodding in the background, even though you're not even fucking talking to them.
Yeah, we could always leave it to a coin flip. Since we can't decide on our own. Well, no, we still got to talk to Bonnie about it.
Bonnie's just standing in the background, not even saying anything, just watching this like struggle of humanity happening in front of them to decide a job.
it's choice paralysis, but with only 3 options.
So Beatrice is going to look at her. Do either of those sound good to you?
And you can see this evil grin. I'm fine with whatever.
Then it's decided, since I'm the only one who voted and nobody else cares which vote we go with, doing the stealth.
Bold assumption of you to assume that it's stealth.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be stealthy, but it could help.
My dad told me he used to do scouting missions, and not exactly the kind of person I'd say could sneak through a door.
I would prefer if we didn't get hurt.
Pain's good for you.
While,
We
yes,
can do that.
in small amounts, have limited supplies at the moment.
I know that I bought a bunch of arrows yesterday, and I even got some a new type of arrow. They call them the Pain Plus arrow.
Sounds expensive.
I've only got 11 of them.
You should probably save as much ammunition as possible in order to.
But I also bought 400 regular arrows.
Yeah, but what if you need 500 shots or something? You never know.
If I need 500 shots to take something down, it's out of our league.
And you can kind of tell from the look on her face that she's teasing you.
Yeah, you see. And if it takes more than 500 shots, well, Bonnie can punch the arrows into him like tacks.
I could wrap the arrows together in bundles, yank them out, and you could shoot them again.
Do we have any wagon wheels?
Oh, but I'm pretty sure you can buy one.
My dad says wagon wheels make great projectiles to deal with bandits.
Really?
Oh, yes, I suppose if you could throw it, smash it in, round them, stuck between the both.
I'm pretty sure she can throw one. Pretty sure she could throw it like a frisbee. Or what's it? What is that thing called?
For transport.
I don't think I can lift anything heavier than my aunt.
I've seen you lift things heavier than that.
Put a U in between the A and the N, yeah.
So she's gonna look over. Your aunt?
Oh,
aunt.
Okay. Well, see, my aunt isn't.
Theo's just gonna kind of raise an eyebrow.
Beatrice is trying to figure out who her aunt. Wondering if she's talking about her mom.
Welcome to the mission. Do it. We'll be
Theo,
well, I was going to say Beatrice will take down select the scouting mission, and
this is totally the first time you've noticed the symbol. Yeah, the gram seal. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, fancy. I can't draw it. I'm trying. Okay, it's a fucking hard shape to draw.
Oh, is that why you needed?
It's very hard to draw. I can't remember. I haven't been able to draw it since school.
many moons ago.
Many moons ago in the year of 2004. Anyways. God damn it, what is wrong with my brain? Everything has to be a story with my brain. Hearken, listen to my tale. Fatal attraction to the United States education system. The devastation that wrought my soul at realizing I read at but an 11th grade level. Okay, I could actually make something out of that. Continue on.
Okay, so her aunt isn't actually like an insect. That's just like a clan name.
Okay.
Just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, it's like you had us all a little bit curious there.
Beatrice is relieved because there's technically in distant lands insect doing humans.
Yeah, but bloodline relationship wise, I don't know how that would end up turning into a line. Or no, not a look like fuck. This isn't a porno. Different kind, different bunny person.
Exactly. Yeah. Seriously. Quick,
Anyway.
stop drawing your fanfic of Nyabai. No, it's over.
Nyabai is surrounded with hyenas, all wearing fucking soldier ant helmets.
I see it. I'm sorry, but I could see it.
Cutest, softest, most bubbly, injured and fucking amputated bunny. It's surrounded by the meanest fucking people you've ever seen. Hi, what's your name?
I just want like there to be a fucking huge ass like one of the huge ass beast people or like an orc and just this behemoth of a fucking person is like, what's your name? And it's just like, I'm Royce. Like a white ass fucking name.
I'm Bob.
Not even like a culture ass like fucking cool sounding like traditional African name or some shit or like a fucking Castilian Spanish. Yeah, just like I am Richard.
The Rise of Dick.
Oh.
The Rise, yes, The Rise of Dick. The Book of Dick. I would read that.
There's a
Dios
prank
de
book
los Muertos.
labeled.
Alright, moving on.
Okay.
Moving on from Dios de los Muertos.
It's taken us like 20 minutes to select a job. Oh my gosh.
You selected the scouting, and that's okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So what happens when you have too much synergy with as friends and not enough hatred for each other as teammates? See, that's how like all the liars and shit on like all the fucking professional cast are like, yeah, we've got our job, we've done our job, because they hate each other personally, and the only ways they can stand each other is because they get a paycheck.
No one cares, Matt Mercer.
Nobody does care. Even Joe Crab says so. Joe Crab said he must be true because he's Jesus.
See, this just means we need to play more Dota League together so that we can develop a deep hatred.
He and Ivy play a lot of League together, and we still love each other. Mostly.
Mostly.
I'm saying I pinged you because I hate you. And I love you.
Yeah, but you never have to ping me because I never die.
It's,
Well, it's rare. I can look up the stats from the last few games and stuff. I don't think I died in any of them.
You've done good. Now do
Did you
better.
die again? Maybe.
Excited mark means enemy here. Question mark means enemy here. Ping means I'm going here, also go here, also we need to meet here, also there's enemy here.
Yep.
Just
It's like, let's meet here at the enemy.
It's about context. It's like the difference between boy I like kids and boy I like kids.
And boy,
There's a
I like kids.
comma.
Commas are very important.
Commas are extremely.
Context is also important.
A comma is the difference between 25 to life.
Yeah, it's like, are you holding a knife and a fork or what here?
Context is the difference between a pedophilia charge and raising tiny goats.
God, I want to raise tiny goats now. Session's over. Game's gonna go raise tiny goats on Minecraft.
Well, are there
Name one.
tiny goats on Minecraft?
I don't know, but if there is one, I'm naming him Tiny Prancer. Fuck you.
Oh wait, no, they did add it in the latest patch.
They did?
Hold me close, Tiny Prancer. Goddamn right. Hey, that's fucking funny as shit.
Alright, so do we get like a map to location stuff?
Yes, as... How the fuck did I somehow do this and fail at this at the same time? What the fuck is this, brain?
Hand
I got 6 of the 7 sides! 6 of the 7 sides, perfect. 7th side,
you know, it's the artist struggle.
Did you
have
turn your heptagram into a pit?
I turned my heptagram and looks like a retarded shuriken. Okay, you get a map, yes. It's going to take you... Actually, this will be the first actual, even if you go at the speed you're going, 2 days to get there. There's a reason. Dungeons are far away.
Good.
We don't
build next to dungeons.
Suddenly...
Dragon.
No, don't be kidding.
Suddenly
Don't be kidding. There's things much worse than dragons in dungeons here. Horny Wilgix.
Please no.
About Noro.
When the entire dungeon is controlled by a mind flayer, and every time someone dies in it, they have to rearrange all the rooms. Just hear some rumbling. Oh god damn it, everything's shifting.
Son of a bitch.
I was almost at the end!
Sore losing. Slut. Fuck! God damn it. Why? I'm gonna keep practicing a heptagram. I'm just gonna stop this.
Go see if Kevin's awake?
Kevin isn't awake, but Bonnie has him. Actually, while everybody was talking, that was one of the things Bonnie did after they got their food. They went and they got Kevin, and they've been carrying him on their back like a small child. He's not a small person, it's just Bonnie's strunk. I can't do a non-offensive British accent, I'm sorry. So I'm Irish. I can't be not offensive to British people. Not in my blood. Like living in Ireland is worse than living in Hawaii because we have something worse than volcanoes. The British.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Like at least a volcano, is probably gonna kill you. The British, you don't know if they're gonna kill you or they're just gonna tell you that you shouldn't have killed their son for stabbing your dog. I say you probably shouldn't have stabbed the dog because there's a limit.
Okay. So it's
Travel.
2
You're
days.
gonna go. I'm assuming you're just gonna use the same guy for the same rate, or do you want to
Yeah.
get there faster? Because he does inform you he has something that gets you there at about 12 hours.
What is it that can get us there in 12 hours? Fion will incline.
Really big catapult.
Well, usually we don't come out to anybody but elites because everybody else tries to pet them. And the main thing is keep your mouth, keep your hands, feet, and dick away from them. Right now, problem.
Okay.
Now, what it is? Do any of you have a phobia? Right now, before I ask, of
Several.
insects.
Oh.
No?
No.
No.
Okay. The fastest thing we have, and I'll gesture you to follow them all the way down to looks like a very dark stable of some kind. Fastest ground creature we have is that, and they'll point inside, and my God, it's a giant centipede.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Hell yeah.
It is about
3 completely different reactions.
You're like, ooh, neat. Then
it
hell
stands about 3 feet at its 3 feet in height at its quote shoulder, which is its back. Damn thing is about 10 or 15 feet long. And because he's, a beast master and he's the one who handles the stables, it's very, very easy for him to literally feed it what looks like some sort of rotting carcass of some sort of small animal. Also doesn't even mind that it currently has his hand in its mouth, but that goes to show you the trust and the level of training that he has dealing with creatures, because it's not biting him with those giant pedipalps.
Those giant poisonous ones. Or venomous, I suppose.
Very venomous. You're okay with them, and you can afford paying. All right, I'm sure you've got the money. This is going to cost you 8 gold a rate. We've decided to not do per day because it's multi-day missions. So it's per usage. It's just 8 flat gold. You can use this. I have this one.
So Beatrice is going to look at the others. Rather expensive for my blood, I'd say. Although I am kind of cheap.
I can afford it, but that's a lot of money.
If you all want to get there quickly, we could all chip in.
I can afford it if you want.
Do we really need to get there?
Do you?
But you kind of want to balance it out with the rate of pay from the mission, too, if you think about it. If you spend more money getting there than you get from the mission, then...
I wouldn't spend more money than I have. I could get it and we'd be fine.
But we don't want to spend more money than we're going to earn.
I suppose.
Plus, if we together and spend a night camping, we can get to know each other better. The only time I ever see you guys is at breakfast.
True.
That's true.
Might molest you. I might molest nobody. Excuse me.
I think it'd be more efficient to simply go with the normal route that we did before. Just horses and carriage.
Right. I already forgot our going rate. What am I feeling like today?
Wasn't it something like 2 silver or something? I don't remember.
It was
Right.
2 silver a day, I think. Speed.
Silver for these big boys. Plenty of horses. 2 silver for the horses. Don't be weird. Remember, hands, feet, and dicks to yourself.
I will
Rule
keep
for-
my dick to myself.
This will I.
I don't got one, so there.
It feels she's gonna. Wait, what? It took him a second. Wait, what?
No, it just kind of gives you this blank look, just like airhead.
I don't think he understands that it's actually not common. Anyways. Bring your carriage around. Alright. I will. I'll take your money.
I forget, do we get, like, the horses as well?
They keep them all fed for you. They also have them little thingies on their face.
The feed bags?
Oh, the feed bags.
Feed bags. Horses will eat as they wanna.
Alright, it's just not good to feed them while the bridle's still in.
You'd probably switch over to the feed bag when they're stopped for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Let them chow down
All the nom.
Alright,
on the good stuff like oats.
everyone pile in.
Who wants to drive this time?
I'll drive. Shouldn't be that hard.
You've done it before, right?
Alright.
Answer truthfully now.
Well, not a carriage, but I have rode horses before.
Accidentally whips one of the horse's flanks, gets kicked. You're not supposed to hit the horse with the whip, you dumbass! But they do it in the movies! They're dumbasses!
Yeah! And that's how Fionn lost his jaw.
See it? I lost my arm, you know.
That's how the captain lost his leg.
I lost my leg, you know. Fuck about a horse. Don't fuck with a horse. Fuck about a horse, how you die.
I lost my leg talking about
Yeah,
how I
'cause-
lost my leg. That's how I lost my leg, you know.
The cop lost his leg, you know. Oh, fucking
he lost
crew
his
just
leg, you
goes
know.
along with it. That is, this is not a heptagram. This is some sort of abstract geometrical shape that I both love and hate. I have committed art.
Post it?
I don't even know what the fuck this is, y'all. I'm sorry. It's
an
a shape.
I'm waiting
That's
for
all
the
you
shape.
need to know is it's an art.
Art has to be like interesting. Not fucking invoking it. Well, this invokes it's art. It invokes a feeling of what the fuck is that?
it invokes confusion.
It wouldn't be art if it didn't make you twist your head upside down.
Or I don't even know what the fuck this is. I had a heptagram almost perfectly, literally like freehand style, and then I try to use a straight object, and then suddenly I get one of those fucking Porygon motherfuckers from Pokemon. Look at this.
Oh!
Oh,
I see what happened.
I don't. It looks neat though.
It looks like it's like some shit like fucking Christ. How I did kanji. I showed Ivy. I can still do kanji, convoluted ass shit like that, freehand with a pencil, but I can't draw a heptagram. My brain doesn't work normally.
It's okay. Geometry
It
can be
almost
hard.
looks like my signature. Let me see if I can find that picture. Nope, not in here. Yep, there it is. I'm gonna put it in shit posting.
So yeah, it's like
And it,
basically the Jewish star, just like missing one of the points.
Star of David?
Yeah, that.
there. What do you think of that?
It looks like the world's best roller coaster.
No, see, it's not. Oh, see, a heptagram though. 7. Star
No,
of David.
that's my initials.
Oh, I'm talking about like
Oh,
nice. That's not a fucking language, but nice.
Exactly.
Can you
It's
post
just
it
some
in-
abstract shit. It's like, yep, that's my signature.
Can you
Like
post
I
it
just
in?
invented my own kanji there.
Can you post it in Darkcast so you can also see it?
Hey,
Sure. Why not?
YouTube should get a fucking job.
no. Do not.
Come on. Okay, fine. Let's paste. Come on.
Man, do a thing.
All right, I'm gonna have to copy it again. If I can remember what folder I just had it in. There. Can we go copy?
Discord being a butt because it's higher than their data cap.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, it's just
It's money, and then we'll
let's
let.
drag the damn thing. I can't copy paste, but I can drag the damn.
Okay.
You can see why it reminded me of that.
I'm glad at this mild insult of my drawing. Brings me joy to know that I am that awkward.
Well, you know, if you made it like an actual sculpture, it'd be interesting as far as like art exhibit.
Yeah, except I don't got a goddamn 3D printer or nothing, you know?
It's just 1, 2, 4 up 2 triangles.
See, this is how you tell artists are kind of stupid. Because they assume it's not that hard. No, it's not that hard for somebody who develops the talent through hard work. For a Joe Schmo like me that's really good at writing but horrible at drawing, I can assure you it is quite difficult to do anything artistic.
Oh,
That's why I'm a really good writer, not an amazing artist.
well. This is
One's a
how
lot
you
more
know.
lucrative, and I'm just saying, I'd draw dicks for money if I could.
This is how you know writers are dumb. All right, I started drawing at a young age, and I developed the talent early. But I hated English writing classes, so I never developed any sort of like basic sentence structure or anything like that. So I can't write a story for shit. I don't know nothing about pacing or like actual building up tension or any of that crap.
I fucking obsess over that shit.
See, there you go. You're good at writing, and I'm good at art.
Been writing since like I was 10. And not like this is my character. His name is Shadowfang or some stupid shit like that. I mean, like, while people were my age were interested in making some stupid ass fucking edgy imaginary friend OC, I'm over here writing fucking shit about like a galactic civilization having a war with another one because of the attempted forced annexation of them and the subsequent defeat of the other one because they realized that the individual power was just as strong as the united groups. Anyways, Unotos, that one. I suck at this, and yet I'm also awesome at it. Why God was watching?
I have a
Why was I
question for
cursed?
God. Why?
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 Yeah, buddy. All right, you're on the road again, and it's 2 days to travel time. Because even with paved roads, travel time exists again.
While we're traveling, and Naibai will finally realize the confusion. Explain that no, the clitoris is just a tiny penis.
Then you've got Bonnie. I can assure you from practice, no, it is not.
So that's really getting to you, isn't it?
Dang. When a clitoris gets excited, it doesn't shoot me in the eye.
I mean, can.
Well, if it's a rubber band powered, maybe. Moral of the story, everything makes him laugh. Oh, dick joke. You know, I got one better. Here. Get a fart noise on
Oh, well, I got a whole book of jokes right here.
Ah, shit. We don't need jokes. We need heptagrams, and you're on the road. But well, since you're not going to fill the dead air, we can fill the dead air interestingly enough. Like, where's my dice box,
see
Michael?
while he's driving?
Nature, the beauty thereof. You see actually a large number of adventurers just kind of casually patrolling the roads. Then you realize just how, like, it's not trying to be insulting, but just how weak your group is compared to some of these people, even some of them who are of a slightly higher level. You can see the exponential climb of power. Just a couple of golds are making relatively short work of what looks like a large Angajari giant spider, apparently. Quite concerning. But hey, it doesn't have legs now.
Giant enemy
makes good
spider.
Sure, it makes good eating.
Never had spider.
Tastes like mosquitoes.
There's a lot that's wrong in the sentence that I just heard. I'm not even going fucking.
I'm not even gonna attempt. That was the intention.
Like, do I look like I'm my gamer? I'm not very DM right now because I'm pissed off that I can't draw a fucking star.
I just drew one. It's not very good, but I'll give it to
Fucking
you.
good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah. Hey, you're struggling to do this. I just did it. Fucking good for you. I'm glad one of us is capable. I know you're trying to help, but
Oh, okay, we'll start with a simple shape. So we'll start with a line, and then we'll do an angle, triangle, a
Please
square.
don't piss the DM
Minute.
off.
I'll have to show you what a foot in the air looks like.
I beg of thee.
Where do I want to put this?
Alright, that's it. The spider has power armor now.
Alright, you know what? I'm done. Fuck you, I'm done with your shit. Randall's horny. Good luck.
Oh no, oh god, no, I'm sorry.
Shadow. No disturbance in the force.
Where, oh where, doth the ass I crave lurk?
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Who's about to get these dick and balls? I was waiting for somebody to do something like that. Well, howdy, sailor. I've somehow cobbled together a somewhat star-like object. Local man does what NASA took 40 years to do.
Aren't most stars star-like objects?
I fucking hope so. Otherwise, we're being lied to. You'll actually either plasma.
Hey.
Alright, I'm gonna go commit Sudoku.
It's in the thingy if you want to like draw on top of it or anything.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nah. I've almost done this. Somewhat. Horrible. This one's more aligned with a central shape, though. Getting closer. I can't find it. I'm gonna have to watch like a video tutorial and just do this later on. It gets better and better each time. I'm fucking tactile. I have to do it a bunch. I can't, like, an image does dick all. It's about as useful as a limp cock. All right. See, Ivy can do it because Ivy's fucking heptagramish thing. Yeah. That's pretty much a heptagram.
Well, Ivy practices every time they do the signature.
That's true. I don't know. I'll give one of my artist friend like $5 to draw me a stylized heptagram. Work from there. Here's $5. Do something. Just draw a heptagram. That's it. You don't want like a dick? No, I just want a heptagram. You don't know the struggle.
Just give me a geometry. You can't just like.
I just want to watch you struggle.
It's your fault.
I want to feel your pain.
You can't
No,
just,
fuck
like,
you.
look it
I
up
know
on
he
Google?
could draw one. It would struggle. He'd struggle for it and be like, okay, and then he'd like post art of like the most gorgeous heptagram ever and be like, fuck it. I'd love it, but I'd hate it. How to make Ivy's stat sheet, her spreadsheet, break. Change all the scaling values from like x to y to f equals 1 or 2% bonus, and up to this equals 30%. Oh my god, I'd be a dick. I'm not gonna do that. Though I could change it. It's a god game.
I'm pretty sure I could manage to adjust.
Shush.
That.
You're not supposed to be competent. You're supposed to be. I don't care anymore. I'm dying because of a heptic. We found my weakness this session. God damn it.
Geometry.
No, I can draw like isosceles triangles. Maybe I should just throw a bunch of those on a piece of paper.
Just draw the same obtuse triangle 4 times.
Being quite obtuse about this.
I thought I was being acute.
Nope. Ugly as fuck. Ugly as fuck, my guy.
The adventurers walking and patrolling along the road. Would kind of watch them with the spider.
Ah, yes. The terrifying coordination of slightly seasoned adventurers. The spider focuses on a single one of them. And that's all it takes for one to get what looks like a very large metal rope around its head. And then that lets them pull it up. and then a much smaller one literally cuts it from abdomen to face from underneath.
Oh. Well then.
Do you think at this scouting so they can show off?
Maybe. But I doubt that.
Quiet up there, driver. Drive me. I don't know. Your first day is uneventful. Kevin is still drooling and asleep. Kind of the farthest you've gone out of town. Finally go past some of the red maple leaf forest. Continue on. And then pretty much just once you finally leave the trees, it's like sort of like open grassy plains on either side, kind of like knolls here and there. Very hilly in this part of the country. It's not very fertile land, though. There's a reason that there's a lot of farms closer in certain areas. They did spring up a lot of it around fertile land, which is interesting because at least where the most of you grew up, you could pretty much find a farm anywhere because all the land there was quite fertile for reasons unknown, possibly due to something related to the gigantic volcanic mountain that is on that continent. So
That might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
that thing was big enough it could cast a shadow on the fucking town you guys grew up in, even though it was several hundred miles away.
That's slightly terrifying.
Black Mountain is huge.
Get into space just by climbing that.
You're again think of it like Earth. That's why you're doing the stupid all the damn time.
Oh, well, I'm
This
sorry.
ain't
I'm
Earth.
basing my physics on that.
Like, basing your physics on our world in like any kind of game or fantasy setting is a good idea, but at some point you become a dick. Not like you, just like when somebody does it, you just start like if you do it, you start to just become like a dickhead who just wants to try and dismantle it based off of your concept of physics, which doesn't mean it's going to apply in some fuck off world where something like magic exists. For all you know, their version of physics could be our version of strange physics. And that's normal for them, and ours is like, what the fuck is this monkey shit?
What do you mean you don't have magic?
The fuck you heat your water? Ope.
Science!
Yeah.
Just rub these sticks together and it makes fire? What the? That's so much work.
Okay. Well, go for it, my guy. You fucking be a peasant and do everything by hand. Even the peasants use magic. Come on, my guy. Alright. You are swarmed by 40 moths.
Oh god, 40.
There are 40 moths. Because the little light, the little lantern, turns out it's actually got a crystal in it. And when it gets dark, it lights up. So you can kind of see in front of you. And the horses hold their
I can
lights on.
just imagine the sounds of Fionn getting battered by moths as they as they all go along. Whack, whack. Ah!
Feel like, they feel like little velvet brushes.
It's in my mouth.
It's in my ear. Get out. I think it's one one.
I'm sure they'll be.
Wait, is there a window in the front where they can look out at him?
Yes, there is. It's kind of just like a groove with like some wooden bars. Not really glass. They're not gonna put a bunch. The only glass they got is like on the doors for looking nice.
So it's not really necessary to have glass on something like that, just on the doors. In that case, Beatrice is going to kind of move to the window and watch out, giggling at it. And her tail is going to be wagging at
Just battering everybody in the carriage.
it. Yes, she is entertaining herself by watching Fionn get harassed by moths.
He's just holding the reins with one hand and just kind of flailing his other one with the moths. Go away! Back off!
Just heck off!
Holy fuck! It's been almost a week and a half since Vesuvius went on his mission.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Time flies by when you're being retarded. Okay. Now that everybody's there, eventually you will have to come to a stop because the horses have been trained to not go too far into the night.
Yeah. He'll probably just kind of get it off the road enough for carriages to pass by him if any come by. Alright, everyone.
Is enough room in the carriage that you could all sleep in it if you want to stay out of the elements?
If it's not raining or anything, I think Fion's going to sleep on top of the carriage.
Should we take keeping watch night and keep Bacchus?
That sounds reasonable.
Hey, it would probably be the best.
And who here is the baby that doesn't want to stay up too late? Might be leaving the room with a gun soon. Because I'm hearing some shit that's gonna get on my goddamn nerves I keep having hearing. Ah, yes, thank you for doing that in my session. Being a dick and wanting to harass the dogs so they make noise while I have a session. Because that's what mature fucking adults do. Inconvenience people. Conveniently only on Fridays and Sundays. Hit you in the head with a fucking amethyst crystal. Pretty.
Begone! Banishing crystal, go!
Oh. Amethyst, it would hurt severely. Almost as much as the goddamn 303 is about to hurt. Alright, well, Bonnie will take the first shift, that's all I know.
Okay.
Take the second.
I'm gonna get a drink. Talk amongst yourselves, please.
I suppose I can take the third. If it's necessary.
Hey, if anyone wants, I'll take the last, or second to last. He's gonna kind of lay atop the carriage and poke his head down, looking through the window. Our instructor awake yet, or is he still asleep?
And still seems to be asleep.
I'll stay awake and to go. In case they wake.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
Comfortable.
Hey. But so, if one of us sees anything, just wake everyone up, I guess. Because I'm sleeping up here on top of the carriage.
Silence stiff would be something.
You can pound on the carriage.
Aye. Just make a lot of noise somehow. And if worse comes to worse, throw a rock.
There are lots of options to just wake us up somehow.
Aye.
Naibai will start humming themselves, just quietly.
Well, I suppose we should begin the process of sleeping. So she's going to find herself a comfortable corner to curl up in.
Fion's gonna climb on top of the carriage and lay on the roof. He's gonna take his shirt off and use it as a pillow.
Easy access for all the mosquitoes.
Yeah. Oh well.
Do you think
there
that
are any out here.
do you think the person that is watching should be outside while the others sleep inside? Or are you going to just keep us separated the other?
I guess
Yeah,
you're
it doesn't
right.
matter.
I don't know. What do you think, Nebai?
Probably best for you to keep track of everyone.
Alright. He's gonna put his shirt back on and he's gonna climb into the carriage. Find him a spot to kind of sit and lean against the carriage wall. Well, this is the since we've been here, I think this is the farthest out we've ever been.
I think so.
Starting inside the town. I came.
Well, yes, this is not nearly as far as home.
True.
What I could really go for is some of me ma's cooking. That's one thing I do kind of miss is ma banging on the forge every night and ma cursing up a storm when someone touched her, almost throwing the people out.
I think I miss stupid things. Like dad jokes. I miss sitting out on the veranda a lot, watching dad sculpt with his hands. And paint. He paints beautiful things. Mind-boggling, really. Such an enormous man with such gentle hands.
Well, that just goes to prove, don't judge a book by its cover.
Father's more like a stone tablet with a cloth over him.
What about you, Beatrice? You miss anything from home?
Well, certainly. I miss my family and the cooking and all the company at the bar. Of course, all the surrounding wilderness and everything that I knew so well.
The surrounding wilderness that you all knew, or that most of you knew, including a dungeon literally 5 hours away on foot,
Yeah.
just casually living by a dungeon. Grandpa Hakon always arguing and trying to spoil the children.
Of course, all the money that breaks in with all the adventurers stopping by on the way to the dungeon and from.
And the smaller adventurers. It's worth noting there was an adventurers guild in that town.
I think it was most about home. Watching the craftsmen working their craft and tools, day hours, camaraderie, so devoted, diving on each other. A lot of the nurses attached to.
Sometimes bloom does blossom on the battlefield, from what I've heard.
Really into well.
Yeah.
Civility can't exist while hostility still breathes.
In village.
But pretty sure that one day in a while we'll be able to visit home again.
Well, that's for sure.
Bye. If you want, you could come visit. I'll introduce you to me Mars.
I don't know, but
Considering that I'm pretty sure his mother isn't human, he'd be quite welcome.
Well, one is human, the other is, well, he's going to kind of wiggle his paws.
Feel it.
Aye.
And
To be
you can
honest,
probably guess that mine were not human either.
brothers, 14 sisters.
Yeah. You'll be pretty welcome.
Brother.
She does have a. Met him briefly, complaining about his finger hurting.
And didn't Mob bite him?
Not sure.
There was one adventurer with the Stonebreakers. What was his name? He seemed a little off. As if he had never been a dragonkin before. He was still finding things out about him every day.
Strange for amnesia.
Maybe.
Would have simply
You
been
know,
retarded.
That's
Beatrice,
that
what was
could
his
be
name?
true.
White, Gale. Oh, Shadow. So him.
Gesundheit.
So he said that his name was Shadow.
A white dragon kid named Shadow? Parents must have had a terrible sense of humor.
Fiona's gonna shrug. Never really talked to him that much. My parents said that, careful, you might accidentally shadow yourself, whatever that means.
Must be some form of slang.
Possibly. Should get some sleep before it gets too late.
Good night.
Beatrice there in the corner, still curled up in a ball.
Just a ball of flute.
There's not a whole lot of flute, but she's got them bunny ears and that fox tail.
As I said, I'll stay away. Keep one.
Alright.
And then they will continue to hum to themselves quietly.
Oh, I love it. As
Just
everyone's
as
getting ready to
everyone's
go
going
to
to
sleep, yeah, for the night before getting back on the road, Kevin stops drooling, courtesy of Bonnie having put him in the carriage again. It's cute though. It's cute though.
You should
Since
take it out of here. There's not a lot of room. Would you like to carry it out? I'll be
I
right back.
mean,
Okay.
Okay.
damn.
He wakes
He's not
up
even gonna
for a
get-
full 30 seconds and then goes back to sleep.
Okay.
What? Oh, okay.
It's okay. He's drooling because Bonnie was producing the thank you breakfast that Slytherin had made him. She
You know,
finally pulled out of
Fiona
her
just had an
inventory.
idea.
As the whole carriage smells like hot wings.
G-face.
Scratch it. What is Fiona's idea?
Fiona's gonna look at Naibai. Hey, Naibai. Got a quick question for you.
I have a
Do you
quick
have
answer.
any? Do you have any empty containers, like any glass jars or vials or anything?
I have glass, but it's about half full of oil from air we get.
Hey, and then I had an idea for arrows, but I need that cloth, and I would need Kevin's permission and help. But it can wait till the morning, and when and if I can get an empty container.
Very well. You should get. It's my chance, promise.
Fiona's just gonna kind of sit back in a corner of the carriage and go to sleep.
I will once again begin humming a repetitive but soothing tone to themselves.
Bonnie's gonna take watch on top of the carriage.
Here. This is Bonnie.
I was trying to respond. I was going, like Bobby is trying to see things.
This Bonnie is very interesting. keeping watch and making sure their party members don't get hurt by the nasty, nasty beasties. The nasty, nasty beasties are keeping watch. The nasty, nasty beasties would very much like to consume the party members, but somebody watching, have to be careful. Fucking Siegfried.
And that's when the narrator got hit over the head by the moderator. Fucking bat. Shut the fuck up.
I imagine it more like with a bucket or something.
Just
No,
a
it's
bucket
just like-
full of books.
No, you misunderstand me. It's with a bat. A big ass bat. Like, bat.
The moderator was in the middle of modifying an animal, just like, shut up.
Fucking retard, just watch. We don't have any control yet.
Great.
Yes. We've got the narrator, the moderator, and the one running the show across the room, powered by what looks like powdered sugar. A home brewer. Alright, so, hear me out. Exploding fireballs. No, don't hang up on me, Steve! Just got a thing of chicken wings in front of him, snorting cocaine, drinking from a monster can. Alright, hold on now. Got other ideas.
Why did
The
we
moderator.
invite this one to our plane? Is winning a contest really all it takes?
They got good reviews on Yelp.
Told you not to trust Yelp.
Listen, Anubis said it's a good app.
What does Anubis' father say about it?
I'm back.
Then again, we should have trusted Set. I mean, it is a good idea to trust somebody whose masculinity is so intense it overwrites somebody else's seed.
That is the god of knowledge, aren't they?
No, that's thought.
Oh, that's thought, right. Well, there's so many of them. I kind of carried away.
We're still the one that's outside that apartment screaming for head pats.
Oh, the new one. Experiment. Yeah. How are
I
they?
wouldn't call it 800. 800 years isn't new, but 800 years is a long goddamn time to scream for head pats.
They're very dedicated.
Just in the background. Give me headpats!
Maybe they're obsessed.
Should just trick them and pretend to be a tanuki.
I
Have a
think,
suit.
don't think that very well.
So what was the order of the watches? It was going to be Bonnie.
I think it was Bonnie, then Naibai, and then Beatrice and Fiona.
Fiona. Yeah.
So Beatrice is doing her best to get as much sleep early as she can.
I'm back.
Fiona is as well. But those
Good.
wings just smell so damn good.
Yes, those wings that are in Kevin's lap, and they have a small note from Sillerin thanking him. Something that she made for him for breakfast, which was, like 22 hours ago.
Well, we'll just say that the ever-present food motivation of a snake has brought him back from the brink of slumbery death. And
It's comical that Sillerin, basically a fucking ice queen that likes hot food. I love it. I love it.
kind of makes sense. You can imagine being cold all the time as part of your thing, or just not being able to feel anything but cold. Get that spice.
Vesuvius immune to spice, but prefers everything with mild sauce or mayonnaise.
He likes mellow flavors.
Actually, that's an endearing quality. I don't care what you say. But
Speak up.
given this a bit of a jolt, he wakes up with a bit of a jolt to the tang of vinegary spiciness. What
Vinegary, spicy. Looks like she used a little bit of lemon.
Did it happen again? I passed out, didn't I?
Right.
I don't know. I feel the same as when I was awake before.
You should get some into your body. Meal contains necessary nutrients.
Yep. Got chicken meat, or well, actually, it's not chicken meat. We're just gonna assume it's chicken meat.
Nondescript
And
avian meat.
well, actually, technically, this specific thing is eel meat.
Well,
It's got honey, lemon, peppers. The breading.
One time I had eel, it was freaking delicious.
Same.
works.
Never had it. Heard it's actually amazing if it's prepared right.
Yes.
I feel like catching an eel is worth. If the meat is good, I feel like it's worth the challenge of trying to catch one of those wriggly bastards.
I mean, that
Easy to
goes
catch
for
them. Just use TNT.
pretty much any food. It's good if it's prepared correctly.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Remember, the only birds that are actually real are chickens. They're drones.
I believe it.
Is the government done changing all the batteries yet? I want to leave the house. It's my favorite fucking conspiracy ever.
It makes more sense than it should.
Yeah.
Birds were invented in the 1980s by the U.S. government. The whole world thinks they're real. That's why you can find every bird in every continent.
Shut your whore mouth.
What?
So what are
Technically,
penguins just
that's why you
Arctic
can.
drones?
Yeah, penguins are drones that are able to spy on sea life, and the reason there's pigeons everywhere is because it's the all-purpose, all-weather drone. It's high battery, low running efficiency though. Easily distracted by the sound of a person.
And by bread.
Then you got the eagle, and then you got the thunderbird. That was the weaponized bird drone. Killed too many people in Central America. Had a mothball it.
What about the cobra chicken? Fucking geese.
Well, those are the Canadian attack units.
Yeah, the Canadian goose is why Canada's no longer allowed to make planes.
If they don't have attack dogs in Canada, they have attack geese.
I just recently saw this video where this goose was trying to attack a person. She just grabbed it by the neck right under the head and just swung it around and threw it.
I've seen that video. He tried to charge her.
Fuck off. Away you go.
It's just amazing. He tried to do that shit where they blow up and charge her. She's just.
It's like, yoink, yeet.
He didn't know what to think.
It's like, wait a second, this backfired.
I'm just
like balls
on that chick. You could tell it wasn't just a. It just wasn't just a grab. It was like, listen here, you little shit, kind of grab.
Yeah.
You see the aggression. Like if it wasn't a crime, I'd break your fucking neck.
It's not. At worst, it's like a $200 fine for taking a game animal outside of season. But you still get to keep the bird.
A lot of feathers. You could fly a lot of fly fishing lines like that.
Apparently, it's illegal to keep any kind of bird flutter.
Eat your wings and then go to sleep. You get last shift.
Yeah, but implies face to. Implies open face to wing laden tray.
Just.
Bones and all.
Oh, yeah.
A yomp.
You don't got no weak mammal stomach.
Yeah, he's a snake. They swallow their prey whole.
They try to.
Yeah.
Fucking video I seen of a dude in Florida where I fucking woke up with one of the pythons that were set loose, not the reticulated python, but the other one,
Burmese.
trying to fucking eat him by his arm. He didn't freak out. This Florida dude just wakes up, grabs a snake by its mouth, and just pries it off its arm, and gets up and throws it out of his second-story window.
You bitch. Yeet.
God damn it, not again.
That sounds about
And
right.
then, unbeknownst to him, that Burmese python just got flung and hit a nearby jogger. Just kind of.
Like a
It's just
bolo
like-
wrap.
Just like
Exactly.
fucking, like that's like, yeah, of course this video would be from fucking Florida. No, not even panicking, just like, you little motherfucker. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, so
I did actually, thanks to a show called Kings of Pain. Side note, about to leave. About to get on to the next subject here. I've seen what a reticulated python bite can do to a person.
it
Oh, their
happens.
teeth are gnarly.
Yeah, it immediately caused a hematoma that one of the guys, caveman, thinks he's gonna probably need surgical intervention to
Nah.
repair the nerve.
Oh, the nerve?
No.
Yeah, most likely.
This
But-
was a 16-foot reticulated python.
Well, it didn't put the squeeze on. It put the yomp on him. The yomps are
Yes.
nowhere near as bad as the squeeze.
Yeah, they got tons of teeth. They're all
You-
sharp and hooked.
You'd be surprised. I will send you the clip. You'd be surprised just how bad a reticulated python's bite actually is.
Yeah.
As I recall, that guy's about as white as a bowl of milk, too, so bruises show up worse than they actually are.
Fucking caveman is muscled.
Oh, yeah, that's just more blood-carrying tissue to get bruised. I'm not saying it wouldn't hurt. I'm not saying that one bit or the other.
He had like 4 venereal bleeds. Or venereal bleeds or whatever they call them. Thank God they had a trained medic on hand, or a trained doctor on hand staff.
I think their saliva is slightly
He was
anticoagulant.
he was a venomologist too. Turns out one of the worst pains they ever experienced was reticulated python.
Okay, I mean, honestly, it's a big damn snake.
Yep, it's a big snake, very strong.
Mhm.
That's a high grade yomp.
Very sexy snake.
Okay,
Okay.
you and your noodly persuasions aside.
Does anything happen while?
Tonight? No.
Okay.
She wore itsy. I remember those commercials, by the way. She wore an itsy bitsy teensy weeny yellow polka dot
Yellow-
bikini.
That was an old song before it was a commercial.
Yeah.
That was a fancy way of saying she was a slut back in the day, my guy.
Well, people danced around subjects a lot more. Nowadays, people say, oh, he's retarded. Back then, people were a little more compassionate. They say, oh, they're just a bit slow.
Yeah, like white meat and dark meat was thigh or breast, because it was believed to be back in the medieval times they would say that or that. His thigh and breast were lecherous.
That's better. What'd you do to it? It's
Alright.
good.
Nothing
Thank you.
happens. Everyone gets some sleep, hopefully.
Yeah.
But nobody wakes up with a hot breakfast because you're not a kid. Actually, the only one with anything breakfast related would be Bonnie.
Fine, we don't need a hot breakfast every single day.
Psychologically, I do.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
I haven't had breakfast in 10 years.
Have you eaten anything in the past 10 years?
Besides pizzas.
Okay, I have broken my fast, but I haven't had the first meal in the wee hours of the morning people typically refer to as breakfast.
Technically, the way
yeah,
it's
you had
understood
lunch.
Technically, the way it's understood by nutritionists, breakfast is actually the first meal you have. Period. Not
So technically, get fucked, nerd! Ha!
So technically, your lunch is breakfast and lunch.
According to your body, the first thing you eat is breakfast because it registers, oh, this is breakfast because it's the only thing this dumbass has eaten today.
Okay, but in the
Hopefully, I'll get
context
seconds later.
No, that's not happening. In the context of what we were discussing before we got on to semantics, I typically eat lunch, and that's about it. And that's what I've been doing for 10 years. So, the idea that psychologically you need a hot meal in the morning to wake up is bullshit.
Not to wake up. We're not talking about to wake up. We're talking about to do what you guys are doing. Stressful work all the time. In possible life or death scenarios.
Shit, you think I haven't done stressful work without breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember you going out and trying to physically wrestle a grizzly bear.
I don't know what
Too
summer's
short.
like in Florida.
No. The worst you get is a gator. And maybe a gator-a-cane if the nature gets crazy. That's it.
Well, Alyssa, we don't talk about the gator cane from 2000, okay?
That would be a shit bricks moment when a fucking 12-foot gator fucking flops out of the sky in your front yard. I guess I'm fucking moving to Arizona.
It would suck for the gator too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they have enough mass it would splash.
But that movie Crawl was so weird. I watched it and it was just weird because, like, God, these gators are like hyper smart and hyper angry.
There's that meme post about if a dolphin hits your side of your house during a hurricane, don't go out to check and see if it's okay. That's how they trick you. That's a thing that actually happens.
Yep. All I'm saying is a dolphin hits the side of my house in a hurricane, guess who's getting a trophy dolphin? This guy.
If it makes it all the way up to the middle of fucking Texas, you were meant to have it.
I wanted me to just have a stuffed dolphin in my living room.
It's a
No,
sign.
do not put your peeing in the dolphin. That is not how you stuff dolphins properly.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, we know that's immoral. Dolphins know it's immoral. Dolphins, however, don't give a shit. They will try to seduce people. Dolphins are horny. Dolphins have no concept of morals. Reason that they have to keep hiring new trainers. Okay, they're just so
Fair
sexy.
point.
It's a fish!
It's not a fish, it's a mammal.
It's a porpoise.
If it lives
Get it
in the water and it goes blub blub, it's a fucking fish!
They don't go blub, they go E.
I think the dolphin should just do it on porpoise.
Fucking
So,
Kevin just had an errant twitch and whipped her Theon on the back of the head. Now!
Fion's asleep.
Exactly.
not anymore. Yeah. Level 200 and something adventure. Congratulations, you just lost 385 health.
Oh!
You did something! I know you did!
That's all the record about.
Shut up and go to sleep. Grumpy
Bonnie
Snake intensify.
instinctually spoon Beatrice.
I by is slowly spooned. No, not Beatrice. Fuck.
Maybe she's getting spooned by Beatrice. Who knows? She's snuck in on the other side.
Maybe, yeah, there you go.
Beatrice is okay with all of this spooning and snuggling.
You hear it in the fucking. You hear it in the morning when you abruptly wake Bonnie up. Oh, you fucking idiots woke me up.
Who's interrupting the bunny on bunny action?
Oh. Oh, you fucking think that's funny, do you? Sorry. That is a quirk of hers, is that when they are angry, they'll have their mother's angry Cockney accent. Just look at me. Cockney, I'm uncultured. Wait. I fucking did what you wanted. I love that though. This way, I'm Cockney and I'm uncultured. so wrong, and I love it. Oh God! What was that?
Don't press
What's
the
that?
microphone against the TV static.
Fucking poltergeist over here. Okay, it's morning.
Beyond's down to 1,915 health.
Oh no,
I'll be
such a
fine.
huge chunk of their health.
Oh.
Mhm.
Just saying.
I have to be more careful. They nearly took out 1% of my health.
It's just ticking back up, and Chunklets just.
I'm just kind of rubbing his head. Oh.
I don't know what happened, but you're interrupting my sexy bunny with so you deserve.
Beatrice is not sure exactly what's going on, but she's going to continue to cuddle until it's time to move.
Bonnie just moving Beatrice's hair. I covered
Is her neck wet?
Moist is the word I use. I prefer it. It's
Ugh, I don't like that
oh, but if Erie's to say moist, you'd be fine.
one. No. Even if Erie said it, I don't like that word.
Everybody wanted Erie to say ara ara, but could you even handle Erie's ara ara? That's the real question.
Could you handle the ara ara?
Exactly.
No.
Does it once,
Turns
yeah,
out
Ricky. So
that's her secret move. She goes large snack mode, is massive, and RRS everything to death.
the ara ara heard around the world.
That face.
Well, Theon, since he's already awake, he's gonna.
Wait, one more. Ihara hara. Sorry.
Well,
All right,
Theon
Theon,
is gonna
go.
climb out of the carriage and he's gonna walk behind a tree to go take a piss. He'll be back.
I thought we stopped doing that.
What?
Everybody still has the pee and stuff, you know. It's just I'm assuming you're taking care of it off camera.
Yeah, that's what's going on off
Yeah.
camera.
Okay.
It happens in between tasks.
Yeah. Shut up, headphones. I know your battery's low.
Beep 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 beep. Okay. Theon can also get back on the fucking road.
Yes. After he's done, he's going to climb back up and start back on the road.
Feed the horses first.
Huh? Yes.
Or feed bags.
Yes.
I'll give them feed bags, then he'll get you on the road. That'll take the rest of the day. Does anything eventful happen?
There's plenty of cuddling.
I don't know. If there's suspension, there is cuddling. If there's not, then no.
There's
No,
some suspension. Okay. Eventful thing that happened.
I imagine it's a simple suspension, not super complicated or anything.
It's like, here's a leaf spring, here's a leaf spring, here's a leaf spring, here's a leaf spring, and here's a rod. Make it work. You might know that this could be a path where Vesuvius went, because as you're about 2 or 3 hours on the road, you pass by a perfectly straight line of charred land and trees. And you can tell it was, you just get an idea, because if you look at the trees, they have what looks like 4 perfectly round lines missing out of them, like somebody was dragging their hands along them.
We found where that one Osmium went. What's his name? Vesuvius?
Mm-hmm. Looks like he got a little lost in thought.
I wouldn't mind giving him a handshake.
Yeah, go right ahead. I'll get the bandage and salve ready.
I'm fireproof. Found that out the hard way.
Fair.
Was this when you were Bonnie chiming in. You didn't find out the hard way. You found out when you were 7 and your cousin lit you on fire.
Which one?
Mom.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't hear about this, but that doesn't surprise me at all.
Flashback to Mom.
But it
Just flashback to Mom. You know, I promise it's sunscreen. It's okay. It smells like grease.
smells like
Hold
kerosene.
this. Just gives him a fuse to hold. And doesn't even use the fuse, just throws a hot piece of wood on his head.
And just.
Fion's just standing there on fire. Now what?
Well, I'm waiting.
Alright, now we try with the ice.
Oh no.
Mom helped everyone find out their pain limits before they were 10 or 11. So he was a mischievous child. He was that kid's like, look what I can do. What happened to your finger? It's over there!
It's over there. You go to look the direction he's pointing, you punched.
Yeah! The little bastard stole my coin purse.
And you can just imagine Drake is just like, this is my penance. This is my penance.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
He's getting
his
it.
mom would step in and just like do something like literally knock one of her son's legs off.
That's right, he's a zombie too.
Only Kevin knows about that trait.
Yeah.
He also remembers that his mom prefers a fucking sledgehammer, basically, as a weapon.
God.
How do you kill a zombie?
Oh,
shit.
Kevin,
Ah,
I was thinking about something, an idea for my arrows. But I'll need something from you, if it's alright.
Depends on what it is. What's going on?
Well, are you a venomous snake?
As I recall, that was of a cobra species.
Well, I was wondering if there was a way I could get some of your venom.
Cooper?
Well, there's two ways. You can guess which one of them is.
Well, one, I don't want you biting me because I don't want to die.
Stuck out
So
of his
I
fang
figured
like a
them-
nipple.
Okay, so there's three.
But I was figuring you could bite through like a piece of cloth into a jar or a vase or something.
Oh, he wants to milk you like a serpent. Rude.
Kevin kind of does like the, what is it? Right? He puts his hands together with his hand, just kind of rests his fingers on his nose. Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I know how to get venom out of a snake.
Well, that means you've tried it. That's just rude.
I haven't tried it on you.
You damn right you haven't.
Because I don't want to die.
Ah, okay. There we go. Now you're smart. You want to ask for some? I'll give you some. You just need to find a vial.
Worst thing that you could do is just die. It wouldn't be too bad to die. I'm assuming.
Oh no, it's actually quite peaceful.
Well, to be honest, I prefer giving the peace instead of receiving the peace of death. So I will avoid that for as long as I can.
Oh, don't worry. I'll grab you by the neck and throw you back into your body.
Oh, also, Beatrice,
Yes?
you should probably inform him what our mission is.
That's right. We're doing something.
We're doing a scouting mission near a dungeon to make sure none of the monsters are out where they should not.
What level?
And she'll pull up the mission and show him all the information. This one.
The clerk didn't really think too much of it and gave you a bronze mission.
Ah, this is good.
I think they can handle it.
Definitely.
I
That being
also met
said,
Seeger while you were drooling.
I'm
Temporarily. Good old Seeger, the man with the whips.
whenever he points at someone, is there a whip sound?
No.
Okay,
You
good.
want to fuck with those whips, though. I mean, they're like... They're like... Each is like 30 feet of whip each. You don't fuck with that, man.
Well, the first monster we see that's out of place, I call it. I want to shoot it in the face.
Okay.
Okay.
I've had to. Okay, the last thing I did before the drooling thing, I had to use some boring ammunition, and I want something to pop when I hit it. And on that note,
How did that go, by the way? There was a giant head out front the other day. That stung. Something fierce.
oh yes, one of the osmiums had an altercation with a rat lizard thing. Yeah, no, well, you know how that went.
I heard people talking about a ratodile.
That's a good one. That's a good thing to call it. We just didn't talk about it much because we heard the roar, then we heard a smash, and then the osmium walked out with a head in her hands. It wasn't a terribly large osmium at that.
Yeah,
But
I mean, you know what they say about small packages.
that they're small and they do not have much internal volume.
Okay.
I don't know. Have you seen my mom? And you start to wonder.
Glad I'm not the only one trying to do that mental math.
I've been trying to figure that mental math out for 22 years almost.
No, one of these, yeah, you haven't walked in on them.
Deceptively quiet for a giant man.
Oh, there's another part of that equation that I didn't know I needed to understand.
I'd rather not, thank you,
I
Kevin.
wonder. It's not of anything lascivious, just... What the fuck is down there?
You got a point.
Is it a manageable size? Or is my mother made of some sort of rubber?
I was going to say it was manageable for your mother. Like, that seems inappropriate now that I think about it.
No, that would make a great breakaway object.
I thought twice about it. I should have thought twice about it, but I only thought twice.
I'm sure
How much
the
longer
birth
do we
was
reach our-
easy at least.
Kevin kind of just turns away and kind of waves his hand, just like, hush.
Dad says I was easy for her to birth, and she says, you had a giant fucking head!
Well,
isn't she only like
Mother
5'6"?
easy to birth, but then again, some of you have seen what she is.
It's kind of cheating.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
My mother is 5'6". My father is 9'9". No, he's 9'11" now. If you shave the beard and hair, he might be like 9'9" again.
Kevin's still trying to do the mental math to say, I don't.
I know a gentleman who was like 6'1", and by virtue of math, it was like 10. So...
Oh. Okay. Not a subject matter expert, but that's not bad. Like,
and you've
good
heard
for
his
him.
voice. There's gotta be some correlation. Bonnie is now having an existential crisis trying to figure this math out.
Oh, How big were his feet?
I'm just gonna say that. I've heard that one around too. Is that real?
I've heard that there's no correlation.
Oh, and she'll pull one of her marble mashers out of her inventory and set it down. His hands are this big.
You have a vehicle, so help.
We have a family carriage with heavy suspension on one side. It's modest. It's a little bit larger than this, though his side that he sits on has an elevated sitting position, and the door is much larger on that end, so he can step out.
What
My
what is
dad's
it?
very humble, though. He doesn't actually believe in like the only things giant and extravagant he does are sculptures. I mean, around the house, he's got a bunch of small busts of family members, and he's made some portraits and stuff. And he made a handmade statue of grandfather, rest his soul. But he doesn't. We don't even live in a big house. We have 2 stories, but it's only 2 stories, and we're relatively. Home is square shaped from above. I know that because he used to throw me up in the air, and he used to throw me up so high I could see what the house looked like from above, like a bird when I was a kid. It was the delightful trip.
I prefer to stay on the ground.
He would catch me. Sometimes he would jump at me.
I know, but
I imagine he was very good at that. He was super coordinated, as far as I was told.
Yes.
Yep,
Yes, he
there's
was.
a reason that there was a mud pit was in the backyard, specifically so he didn't cause tremors and mess up Mom's tea brewing.
No, he just splashed dirty water everywhere.
It was thick mud.
Thick mud.
It's like that thick, like that mud that has had just enough water that it's malleable, but not nearly enough that you could easily get a truck
almost
On
through.
its way to becoming clay.
If you
Yeah.
threw it at someone, it would knock them over.
The kind of mud you get stuck in. Okay.
Yeah. And then Mons could just vert leap 30 feet out of it. Just
Oh God!
Yeah, he's got the strength to overcome the mud.
Does a double ollie vert.
Shut.
Skater boy.
alright,
I could totally see Mons go into a half pipe and then just launch into the sky.
Have a blast.
So, when do you think he's gonna come down? I don't know, but he's gonna end up in another country when he does.
When you go so high and have so much aerial, the Earth is actually turning under you.
So how many spins do you think he's done? He's gotta be above 1 million by now.
he's coming directly back down and just. You have a cracked pavement. My bad.
He doesn't own T-post. I'm not interested. Just no crater, no loud bang. The concrete just cracks, and he's standing there with his arms out.
Well,
Witness me.
that's how you dissipate all the momentum. You send it into the arms and outwards.
Alright. As everybody slowly gets a picture painted of the terror that is living with Bonnie's dad, trying to figure him out biologically.
Beatrice thinks it would be just absolutely a blast to live with them. A nice, humble family, but lots of fun.
Oh, and then there was when I was 10, he started having me do chest presses with trees. Build my strength.
He is an excellent father.
And what were the trees pressing?
What's the weight of a small oak tree?
What's the height of
12 feet?
about for?
I always wanted to see if we could take one of those giant crimson trees off in the distance and hit somebody with it.
Could you imagine if you tried to use one of those things like a javelin?
Aren't there people sport?
He's not allowed to participate in the tree toss anymore. It has to physically land within the playing field.
Not fun.
I bet
When
you
you
could do
can
that with
chuck
one
something.
You're getting up for your morning tea, you know, you're in your own home, you're enjoying things, and then suddenly there's a tree in your living room.
And then somewhat later, there's a very large man apologizing profusely.
No,
So,
no,
Alright.
it's fine. I always wanted a bay window.
how much longer do we reach our destination?
A day.
Well, technically about 18 hours, and since you've already been on the road for about 10, you only got more 8 more. And does anything else interesting happen during this 8-hour span?
This 8-year span on the road.
Hours turn into years when traveling. We all know this.
You do, in fact, find the other inn, and it looks like Vesuvius got turned correctly, because now on the left side of the road, you can see another straight line through the forest of just burned wood, or well, technically through the plains. Just kind of like burned grass in the shape of footprints going up a knoll.
Oh, you think you got lost and finally got turned the right way?
Everybody's going to look down the path to see if it's just a little straight entire way.
It is literally a perfectly straight line.
No, I think
All right. How long does it look like this stuff's been burned, or does it look old?
Well, considering that the ground beneath his feet turns to literal magma from the heat, it's still kind of visibly smokes. You don't know if it's hot, but it's been here for over a week. But it takes much longer than that for black charred earth, not just grass, but earth, to regrow normally.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll run into him on our out here. Probably not. Probably off doing something important.
Meanwhile, where Vesuvius is, you're bullshit. Yeah, sure. Actually, what's going on with him is actually kind of intense.
Huh?
I picked the wrong motherfucker.
Is he able to enjoy himself in this particular interaction?
Once he got away from the town.
Ah, this is good.
Vesuvius would be like, huh, you thought. Oh, you thought and you thought can have different connotations depending on how you spell it. Anyways,
yeah.
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 after your
Commas are
trip,
important.
commas are very important. And then they got there. And it's kind of dark, so you could do it tomorrow or you can do it today. Or tonight.
Probably wait until tomorrow so we have better visibility and such.
Probably a
Good
good
idea, because creatures get much more aggressive in the dead of night.
We all know friendly spiders become aggressive at night.
Are they friendly or just indifferent?
They're passive.
Some of them are kind of indifferent to people. The other ones are much aggressive.
Okay, spiders.
Yeah, I'm a spider, so what? Fuck you.
That's a great anime.
So I reincarnated as a spider, so what?
If you get the chance to watch that, though, seriously, give it a watch. It's adorable.
I am watching.
It's all over
Good.
the place, but I love it.
It's got Kill la Kill vibes to it.
I do like the skill request system where it's just like, man, it'd be really awesome if I could do this. Okay, now you can.
the little panic attack and realization. I got a new skill by complaining. Ah, that doesn't feel good.
Oh, no. So that's why there's so many skills.
I mean, technically, there's limitless skills in this world. You just gotta
You just
I mean,
gotta
if
make
you
them.
want,
Well, yeah,
Kevin could show you what an adult, like what a seasoned adventurer skill tree looks like. The best way I can describe it is starts as a central little bubble, and it branches off in every fuck off direction.
That's pretty
You're gonna look at
much
some.
how the skill system works in our game. Now that we've changed the way this character develops.
And if you look at if you were to look at an Osmium adventure and it zoomed out, you'd see hundreds of little bubbles, which are their skills. There's no real linearness to it. It's just how they develop them with how they exist and how they like to do things. Exactly. No issue. No USB sticks while playing. All right. Guess everybody gets to sleep in the carriage again.
Yep. Are we gonna do the same watch order as we did last time?
Night Viper.
If you
Second
want.
watch.
Does Bonnie have anything pop up? Ugh. Yes, Bonnie doesn't. Level isn't. Okay, people are sleeping. Then there comes a loud on the ceiling.
Oh, that's not good.
So Beatrice will wake up and she will perk those giant ears of hers and listen carefully at it.
I see 3 question marks in the distance.
Kevin being slow to rouse, as usual. What is going on?
She said that she sees 3 question marks in the distance.
That's not good. Which side? Kevin kind of gets up and...
As soon as you open the door, if you look out slightly to the right, ahead of the road where there would be the entrance to the dungeon.
Ooh! Kevin will do a peep and see what there is to see.
Kevin can see walking around 78 off in the distance.
Ooh.
It doesn't look like it knows where they are, or at least where you are yet, because Bonnie had the wherewithal to snuff out the little lights.
Well, it's level 78. Wandering kind of aimlessly. So, yeah, I did say I'd take first monster.
Should we just leave it alone since it doesn't know where we are, or are you going to kill it?
Well, I haven't been over here and I don't think I ever have, actually. How... which way is the dungeon? Like, the entrance to the thing?
You're staring at
From where you are, if you were to step out, turn not turn straight right, but turn slightly to the right at an angle, and walk in a line, you would literally pass through a small clearing of some forestry onto the other side to basically a knoll with a large opening in it, like a hill. Well, it's more like a knoll, because hills are kind of big, knolls are like a small hill.
Yeah, it's like an oversized molehill.
Yeah.
Or a mole knoll, if you will.
So
I'm
based
allowed to
off
be
your
funny, but yeah.
guess, because you've at least been here once and you've gone through a couple of floors with Noro, that came from the dungeon. And it has the telltale symbol of a monster. See, monsters have a very interesting symbol by their level, which is always kind of like a skull with a little crack in it, oozing stuff.
And did you say that was level 79?
78. If it's going to be anything, it's going to be 69, but it's 78.
Let me go for a perception roll. Just to see if there are any other monsters that maybe are trying to be stealthy.
Ah, good idea. So happy.
So, quick question, DM.
Quick answer.
If you equip
Lionfish.
something from inventory, does it make like a quick flash of light, or does it just equip?
It actually does make a little basically confirmation symbol or confirmation tones and light.
Okay, then Fiona is going to not do that.
278 on that
Your
perception,
insights?
by the way.
278 on that perception. See if you beat the world's roll. You did. The reward got a 212. You got a 78. All right. You don't see any other monsters lurking. You see a bunch of like level 8 and 12 creatures hiding off in the distance. Most of them clearly hiding from this monster, whatever kind it is. It does look like it's looking for something.
Well, Kevin's going to go ahead and step out of the carriage and equip his lance with the green tips, the high explosive incendiary, armor piercing.
Yeah. I want to shoot it and everything behind it.
Exactly, you know me so well.
I do. Why I chose to give you this kind of power for my own amusement. All right.
Some people say having a higher fire force of a 16 flagship is too much. And I say it's not too much power, it's my disinterest in associating anything in that.
Let's see, 18, 20. Oh, that's not 18. 18, 23. You absolute bitch.
Oh.
My fucking calculator.
Oh.
Let me add strength onto this. 155.
So when you equip something, it doesn't. I know it makes like a little tone and stuff for your character and
It's not like a flash of light that somebody's gonna see fucking 40 yards away or something. It's just like a little. It doesn't make a light in the air. You basically see it like structure and materialize like that out of your inventory.
Okay.
The reason you've seen. See, the reason Therial pulled that turkey out of thin air is because that world didn't have the rendering engine to make the light and all the noise. It just. Oh, yeah, there's a fucking turkey.
Let me jump into existence.
Yep.
Also,
I have
I'm aiming for the. So based on the direction, what's between it and us?
Open road.
Ah, perfect. Based on its direction, Kevin will give a slight lead and take a shot. Roll the 98, total damage 2,067.
Alright, and you're using the high explosive incendiary stuff?
HEIA, that acronym.
That acronym. That acronym, if you would.
The Blomp rounds.
Okay, I've got the damage values for that specific round around here somewhere, so don't worry.
I do appreciate
that's the report on Vesuvius. Don't worry about that. That's just a lot of scary information noobs don't need to know. Alright. So you did 2,000?
76.
2,076. Alright, let's see if you crit with the Cadugas. The Caduga does oh my god, the Cadugas did a ×4 crit. Ouch kabibbles.
Oh yeah! Get fucked.
Alright, and we're also going to add the effects of that. Okay. What's your dex?
Dex is sitting at, that's just under there, 229.
All right.
Oh, hey, actually, hold on. I got that number completely fucking backwards on my strength. Because I'm dumb. Okay, let me add, let's see. Minus 115, or no, 155. 1 second. Hold on. I added my base.
Oh, okay. Well, I just sent you a thing. You might want to load it up on your Telegram. That is that ammunition and what its information is. In case you want to know.
Okay, so that base damage should have been 2,335.
Okay, so minus 2,135 times 4.
And you said that was on Telegram.
Telegram.
Sweet. Bo Jesus.
Alright, so your dex was 200 and what, just exactly? Just to be sure.
Dex was, I bring it back. Dex is sitting at 229.
229.
Scaling, and that was 1832.
That'd be 1,832 damage on top of that. And we'll also take into consideration the additional flat 4,000 from that specific Booget.
And did we ever...
And the immediate explode.
Did we ever say what the scaling was on that cannon, or is it just on the shells?
Yeah, the scaling on your cannon was A.
It is A scaling. Okay, and I realize I forgot another number to add into there.
We'll get that next time around if you shoot it again. Just this one right here, kind of hurt. It's got the blinding affliction. Oh boy, oh my.
It's got the what?
The blinding affliction. It's gonna kind of hurt. This thing's fucking gonna be either really pissed or really panicked or both. It's just fucking
in the distance.
It's just over there, grassy ass. Over there, grassy ass again. Poor favor.
Porfisnor, if you will.
This is a lot of damage to this poor.
Wait till I actually get the right numbers put in.
1% of current HP. Alright, well, this is where we gotta calculate. So, incorrect numbers. You did minus 1,832 from the shell scaling. Minus 4,000 from the fact that it was kinetic it was velocity damage. And then the 7,000 of it exploding, temporarily lighting up the night, letting you see very briefly when it kind of covered it in fire. That is a fucking bone stag. That is a low-level bone stag. You know, the average level in dungeons is 130 on these creatures.
This could have been interesting.
You didn't hit it directly in the head. You did hit it in the neck, though. And its health went from 44,850 to 22,678 in one round.
Ooh.
And then you can see the little pyre symbol that pops up from a burning affliction.
This thing is on fire.
22,678. So, and then you see just another 226 just kind of poop off because of the singular stack of burning affliction that seems like it's going to go ahead and last for the maximum duration of 4 turns.
Perfect. Now that there is a flaming, heavily damaged bone stag with the proper numbers rolled in. Taking another shot. That one was 24 with all numbers added up. 48-33.
48-33. See, this is the beautiful thing. Range works if they're. This is just like in the real world. Range works if they're unsuspecting. If they're prepared for you, good fucking luck doing this kind of torture.
Remember, range is the ultimate weapon, or is the ultimate armor, and the ultimate stealth. There is none better.
Oh, bullshit. No way. All right, well, fuck it. I guess it's another ×4. God damn. So just from the initial shot, before all the... It's going to die from these 2 shots. Because it's 4,833. I rolled 2 different D8s, just to be sure. Both of them got an 8. That's a ×4 crit. It went from 22,678 to 3,346 health. Then we're going to go through this same thing. Minus the 1,832, then minus the 4,000, then minus the 7,000 from the ammunition. And that would put it at negative 9,486. And then if we take negative 9,486, so let's do 1% of that is 1% of negative 9. Somehow negative 9. No, it's not just high explosive. It's the fact that it's high explosive, armor piercing, incendiary. Courtesy of the ammo smith, like, this needs more cordite, and there's a little more magnesium crystals in here.
Let's put a little copper cone in here, but let's flip it around the other way because I'm a rebel.
Basically, yeah, the ammo smith. The reason I think the ammo smith profession exists in this game is, like, one guy started it a long time ago. It's like, you know what? I want to make my own special arrows and stuff. Like, I want to make this more dangerous. And then he got one whiff of, like, fucking gun cotton fumes when locked in a room, and that was it.
I need this in my everything.
Dude, just sitting in. I just imagine, like, some of them, because they have some of those little nose covers, you know, for their nostrils to keep dust out. It's just not even keeping dust out. They just got, like, 2 fucking phosphorus crystals up their nose, just smelling it all the time. That's the kind of person to play with the shit that they do. You gotta be unhinged.
They're so jacked on the stank of these crystals, they're incapable of blinking anymore.
That's why they wear
Just
goggles.
eyes wide open.
It's just full of eye water.
Yeah,
saline.
Fucking saline. Take the goggles
water.
off of their eyes.
That's unsettling.
Take the goggles off, and all this water just pours out. Oh god.
I mean, that's a good way to look at ammo smiths, is they are kind of crazy, but you have to be a little crazy to make ammo by hand like they do, especially the shit that they make. But they understand it's a lucrative business. People want really hard-hitting stuff, so if you're willing to sit there and play with explosives all day...
I'm gonna put more bang in this little hint for your buck in this little box.
I mean, that just goes to show you. Somebody will always find a dangerous job nobody else wants to do and make a profit off of it.
It's a dirty job, but someone's gotta do it.
Take your passion with you. Don't let it lead you. Alright, there you go. You've killed it, and you got a whole... I'm just going to say now, 17,800 experience. I'm going to probably tweak something in the level sheet, so when you get murder fight, your XP value is times 1,000 your level.
Ugh.
Because it's times 5,000 your level to level up. Maybe I can make it from... maybe I could change it and move it from, like, instead of 1,000, be like 750
You
times
could
your
always
level.
move requirements down.
No! My brain will do its own thing. It'll try and figure out what it wants and figure out heptagrams at the same time. Leave me alone.
You're still working on that?
I'm trying to figure it out in my head. I'm not drawing it.
It's 9 o'clock now.
Killed a monster. And it dies with a...
So, Beatrice, after all of that, is going to kind of peek out. What was it?
It's the flaming deer corpse. It's the flaming, bony, fucking necromantic deer corpse over there on the side of the road.
Kevin will give Fiona a pat on the back. Let's go get some bits.
It looks like breakfast.
We're not eating that.
Yes, Kevin can give them a lecture about why you actually don't eat monsters and what it can do to your body if you actually consume corruption.
So, literally, okay, I'm not too well versed on the magics and such. Just that's why I stick to explosives.
Well,
But
Nora already told them all about it.
oh yeah,
In
that's
case
right.
Naibai forgot. Naibai forgets a lot, though.
So, but on that note,
Well,
corruption. That deer is corruption in bony, necrotic, and now flaming form. Do not eat. Do not eat monsters. That just in general, don't eat monsters. There's a difference between creatures and monsters.
Naibai will just placidly pick a section of some of the grass that they're walking by and mouth breakfast.
Well, herbivore's got a herbivore, I guess.
It's just you just assume they're talking about the burning corpse thing.
It was the current topic of conversation.
On fire, logically, you would want to eat something that's already pre-cooked. I'm just saying.
That thing probably reeks of death and cordite.
Oh god, it stinks all to hell. The cordite is a welcome stench. It smells like if you had accidentally somehow run over a skunk and got it caught in your wheel well for 2 months in the summer heat in the middle of fucking Florida, right by the Everglades.
Well, okay, hey now, the Everglades don't smell that bad.
They smell
No,
like methane.
Something
they
rotting
stink.
in the nice, moist air would.
They smell like methane and
No,
gator farts.
meth. They smell like methane and meth. It's the only two kind of they smell like.
So it's so much easier to make it down there, though. You already got all the methane. You just got to take the ethane part off.
All right, well, I'm not
It's
even
self-cooking
gonna.
if you leave the ethane part on.
I'm gonna explain how to cook meth for fear of self-implication because I know from a science study I read in high school, junior high. You could just Google it. You might not be able to do it now, but you could just. It was surprisingly easy to find a chemistry or a chemistry-aligned, like fucking Breaking Bad levels of documentation on how to cook meth and how to
It's a
make
chemical
cocaine.
reaction. Yeah, it involves diesel fuel, as I recall. Or is it
It was all
gasoline?
Yeah.
the same guy, and it was
It's
very
gas.
interesting how this one chemist dude is just like, he had like a thing, how to make crank, how to make crack cocaine, how to make normal meth, and then how to make German
Normal.
meth, which I didn't understand what German meth was until later on in life, and I'm like, oh, it's meth to the extreme, and then you put it in chocolate.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you gotta make it taste good. I can't imagine that shit tastes good.
No wonder the fucking Ghost Division was running all the time. The other puns are.
Just
There
imagine
wasn't
that.
even
We've been fighting these same
There was just-
panzers for like 3 weeks.
It just there wasn't even any fucking treads. It was just like fake cardboard treads on the side with holes in the bottom, and they're just running along the fucking plains of Africa inside the tank, just like fucking Flintstoning their way.
What was
Well,
it?
they
Oh,
tell you
it
that the Panzer's
Panzer
crew is only like
something.
Panzer Chocolat. The E is not pronounced.
Panzer Chocolate. Yeah.
Chocolate.
It was
Anyway,
probably fucking delicious too, minus the meth.
Just tell you, there's meth. Ivy, do you have to go?
no, it's just kind of trying to focus us on our thing here
Yeah.
to get it wrapped up so that we can
Yes.
bullshit some more.
We will wrap it up by saying that Kevin will teach you how to disassemble a monster. All right, you grab whatever part of it isn't on fire and you pull.
As I recall, Fiona. Well, actually, no. Kevin would not know this. If I remember right, Fionn got a a monster disassembly tool.
Well, Fionn, they explained how Fionn figured out how he was fireproof. So Kevin would know.
So is this corruption like?
Oh, the
Is it
monster knife you got.
It's noticeable on what parts of it aren't on fire, where it has what's left of flesh. It looks like it's been. If you want to know about the corruption, okay, what exactly do
that's
you want
not
to
what
know
I'm
about it?
asking. No, I'm asking how it's transmitted. Basically, are we dealing with a thing situation where it's transmitted by touch, or is it just don't consume it?
Think of it as like beta radiation. Open wounds or ingestion are bad. It's like a beta gamma radiation. Outside of the quote hot zone, open wounds, anything that can get it inside of your body can infect you with it and cause damage and slight corruption.
Basically, like you wouldn't want to get the blood in a cut or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to like if you're gonna manhandle it, like wrap your hands up in something, and if you're in the hot zones, do not stay in it for more than as fast as you can. I mean, it doesn't affect you as fast as radiation, obviously, because that's its own sick thing. But that's a good way to look at it. Is like treat the corruption like radiation. You don't want to be exposed to it in its forms too long because it can cause irreparable damage.
Okay.
I mean, even in a world of magic, it's kind of hard to treat.
So, are there ways to counteract that, like after the fact, or is it not that at that point yet?
Well, you're all fine, but this creature is far gone. But once you get there is a point where it gets to the no turning back kind of point of the infection, where the best way to break free of it is to kill yourself before it takes over. That way, you can hopefully be resurrected through some means later on.
Okay.
The corruption can't linger around in a dead body too long because that dead body isn't getting what it needs, i.e., life and sustenance from the stuff in the background, which you've been explained as the torrent, basically magic that affects everyone.
So it's basically magic sickness. It corrupts magic, and then the corrupted magic goes through and just wreaks havoc on a body.
It's just the leftover bad stuff from the uncontrolled nature of the universe that can't really get rid of because it's the seething chaos, as you can describe it.
It's the chaos and the chaos theory.
I don't know if you'd really want to get rid of it necessarily. It's kind of something that's necessary for there to be order.
Yep.
Well, yeah, the same thing can be said about what is it? The same thing can be said about lead. It's toxic. It's generally a bad thing to have inside of you, but it's still kind of useful.
Or uranium on your plates, which is perfectly fine.
Uranium oxide, but yes.
Yeah, uranium oxide. It's perfectly fine to eat with uranium paint. It's actually less dangerous to eat something that's uranium painted than lead painted.
Because the lead can leach into you. That's why people thought tomatoes were poisonous.
Yep. And then there's the banana argument. Yes, the radiation would kill you.
That is the best way to defute that bullshit. Ah, yes, the radiation would kill you.
Not the millions of pounds of bananas you'd have to consume first. No. The radiation's what did it.
Not millions, just 42,000. Anyways,
this man ate 3 tons of bananas, but he coughed before he died. It's COVID. Has to be.
I hate that that's accurate. As Fiona did find out, Kevin only knows how to disassemble a monster because he's been reminded by basically Noro nagging him in the back of his head. You do it in sections: head, extremities, then to work your way. It's basically you work your way from the head first. Head comes off of the body, extremities off of the body, any sort of tailed prehensile organ off of the body, and then you work the rest of it in sections: top torso, midriff, lower end, so on and so forth. You basically cut it up.
And that was Kevin's Noro impersonation.
We can start next session with you guys having to glove up to touch this thing.
Just
On the
be
fire
glad I'm not a
of which-
Vivimancer.
Actually, that fire's not going out for quite a while because it's magnesium based.
Ooh, so it's nice and pretty white, bright fire.
Now all of China knows it.
Shut face.
Yeah, I was about to say, now everybody in the area knows we're here.
All the other animals have fucked off from the several explosions and now burning white fire and noxic fumes. Or noxious fumes.
Noxic.
Yeah.
Noxious.
Thank you. It's been a day.
Noxic does apply to an area completely devoid of oxygen, though. Like the Black
Because
Sea.
no. Shut up. That's just a science pun.
What? Noxic?
Yeah, because no oxic. No oxide. He kind of a reach. Shut up. It made me mad.
It's an actual fucking term!
That's an actual thing people say.
Me Angie. Kiss ass.
Explain it. You fucking take it up with the scientific community for classifying.
Well, you said it, so
Have
you
a good night,
fit.
friends.
I bet
Good night,
dihydrogen
Shadow.
monoxide also bothers you.
Wait, say it again?
Dihydrogen monoxide.
Dihydrogen monoxide.
Well, the fact that people believe that that's actually a fucking problem and not goddamn water, yes, that does bother me.
70% of the fucking Earth.
Yeah,
It's the fact that they overcomplicate the term that bugs me. Say all you have to say is hydrogen oxide because that's the most common way that it forms a molecule.
True, but
Most
technically it's
stable way.
it
dihydrogen.
really is
It's
dihydrogen
like-
monoxide.
You know, it's the most dangerous element on the planet. Think about it. 100% of the
100% of people that drink it die.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what happens if you oxidize hydrogen? Does it just turn into water, or is that a different state of hydrogen that we just have not
Yes.
discovered?
That's exactly what happens.
Okay,
Yeah,
just making sure. I didn't want to make sure there was no fucky science things happening.
So
when you
it's water.
oxidize hydrogen, you are burning hydrogen, which basically makes steam.
Let me be Angie.
Well, okay, so you can have hydrogen bonded to itself because it's got one electron and the other one has one electron, and so they become covalently bond and they're fucking pleased about it. But then as soon as you add any amount of energy to the situation, they go fucking insane and react with anything that they can. And a lot of that is the ambient oxygen in the air. So it creates an incredibly exothermic thing that creates water. So you create water out of fire.
The Angie
Yes,
has
and
intensified.
because it's so energetic and stuff, it generally makes steam because it's super hot water,
Yeah. Because,
This is
again,
true.
and it makes
exothermic
a
reaction.
nice fun bang.
Have a good night, friends.
Oh,
Right.
He's gonna go play games.
Probably
This
have
ain't
a
going.
sandwich. Then I would
Gonna go eat your
probably
sandwich?
do one. Yes, I'm gonna go get me a sandwich.
Damn, what you gonna do? Watch some movies?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
I am
sit on
still
some
behind on
incense and
my
burn a
league
dildo.
stuff.
That league stuff is.
Other way.
Kind of brain dirt, didn't you?
Yes. Gonna sit on some fucking incense.
I would do it before you light it up, and not after.
Alternatively, you'd have smoke coming out your nipples.
Yes, because the butt is attached to the titties.
Yep.
Yeah, and love is stored in the balls.
Yep, the titties are hollow, don't you know?
Pain is stored in the abdomen.
No, suffering
Oh.
is stored in the diaphragm. Observe.
If I could cut your scream off. Like, I heard the first little, like, pop of saliva from you opening your mouth, and I just went, silent.
Oh, my bad.
No, don't do it again!
There you go.
Oh, I know what's happening.
You overclipped
He's,
and Discord
yeah.
said fuck off.
Yeah, he's
I
clipping
have
his
noise
mic.
canceling on.
God.
It's still clipping the mic.
Yeah. No.
Anyway,
Dorime.
to restart. So I'll hop off of here and have a sandwich while I let it update.
Okay.
So long. Farewell. Alpha Wiener scene. Goodbye.
So speaking of updates, I was so mad yesterday because I got home and all that, and my computer's like, "Oh, your video drivers have an update available." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, fine." And then it deleted my video driver.
What? Just deletes it? It physically removed it from your computer?
Yeah, I could not roll them back or anything
Wow.
because it just fucking deleted them.
Thanks.
Well,
And of
it's
course you
supposed
go
to
with the
install the
updated.
new ones.
Well, see, now listen, like I have fucking Radeon video drivers and shit, and mine doesn't delete my old ones until I fully download and consent to the installation
Yeah, that's what
of the new ones.
I downloaded and installed, but it deleted the old ones and didn't bother to install any new ones.
Oh, that's just that was the installer having a fuck
Do you
up.
have an NVIDIA or something?
Yeah.
That's why, because NVIDIA's kind of been stupid lately. Something with one of their software patches, they sent it out to people's computers, and it's been making people's drivers disappear. And there have been fucking livid comments to NVIDIA, to say the least. How pissy PC gamers get.
Oh, fuck, I'm still recording.
I got